Evening, everyone, and welcome to October. It's a Sprapp month. This is going to be one of the biggest Sprapps months ever. Spreadsheet applications in Excel, picking games. It's a big month for sports. Let's talk about what's happened. There's action everywhere. Baseball, we've got playing games. There was a 3 or 4-way tie. I don't know what happened. There were 2 games today. After we threw the numbers in here, it turns out we had Milwaukee and we would have had the Dodgers. They both won. There's another game coming tomorrow, another play-in, I guess, with the losers, Colorado Cubs. Check out how interesting this is. Lester's been announced for the Cubs. Kyle Freeland's my guess for Colorado. It could also be John Gray. Look what happens. If it's John Gray, we favor the Cubs. If it's Kyle Freeland, we favor Colorado. Pitching matchups matter, and lineups matter too. We'll see what happens tomorrow. That's a late game. So baseball is winding down. We're going to be running this through the playoffs. We're running some simulations for the series as they are announced. We'll be doing that. That's for free. Awesome. Let's talk football. Boom, boom, bang. How do we do last week? A lot to talk about. First, let's go over tonight's game, first of all. Chiefs and the Broncos, right down here. We've been loving the Chiefs all year long. We like the Chiefs at minus 182. That's great. We got them at plus 34% in our win percentage calculation from Team Stats. Our projected score is huge. They got a strong offense. Denver's defense, okay, but not phenomenal. I do think that the Chiefs are going to win this game. I don't know if they're going to cover the spread, but they're probably going to win this game. They'll probably cover the spread too. So that's that. Now, let's take a look at what happened, color coding, kind of understanding what's going on in this sheet here. So we've got projected scores and final scores along with our win percentages. We're working on all our files. I'm going to be spending a lot of time updating our percentages here to figure out what the best distribution is. I'm also going to be working on the player stats percentages here to figure out how to make, as soon as we start changing this around, like if we start saying that a quarterback's completion percentage is worth more, that their yards per game is worth more, maybe we care more about interceptions, we care more about sacks hurting now. Let's put sacks like negative 20. And we like first downs, right? Or maybe we don't like first downs. Start to change this distribution. It's going to change our lineups here. All these percentages are going to change automatically for QB. As soon as you refresh this, you'll see that the QB rating was you'll see that this stuff right here under the QB rating. Watch what happens when I press refresh. Right here. Look at this line as we press refresh. You're going to see numbers change. Ready? Boom. They just changed because we changed our distribution here in our player stats about what we think makes a good QB contributing to a win. When you do that, you start to get score changes over here. And it looks like they're not that dramatic based on what I'm seeing because that percentage change wasn't that great for one position. But as we mess with more of that, we'll be able to figure out exactly what the best distribution of player stats is to be more predictive in what our point totals were. Because you can see in many of our games here, what you want to have happen, the predicted score is matching the final score most closely if these colors from left to right are of a similar shade. Give you an example of a game where we did really well. Like the Giants game was a nice one. Here's the Saints and the Giants. You can see this is green 40 here, thinking the Saints are going to score a lot. A light green 33, that's what they did. We had the Giants not scoring as much, a red 16. They were a little oranger 18. That's a great prediction right there. This is a fairly good one, except you can see we overestimated Pittsburgh's points. There's another good one in here. This is a pretty, well, actually we had Dallas scoring more, but you can see we knew something was up with this game. I talked about the Detroit-Dallas game. There weren't too many games where our score predictions were really in alignment with what they should be. As you can see, I think maybe the Green Bay-Arizona game. Where's that game? Or Green Bay-Buffalo, sorry. Right? Green Bay, we got the right amount of points. Buffalo scored even less than we thought. Seattle and Arizona, reasonable. That's yellow there. We had Arizona scoring less, but this is reasonable here. So got to work on that. Our comparative offenses versus defenses, I think something's going on there. And also players that are injured and who's replacing them, what kind of value to give them, if any. So overall for the week, we are I have this breakdown here of all the different ways that we're picking games by our win strength percentage here, by our predicted points, by the spread, and saying, well, what happened during the week, right? And the answer is the Rams won. Miami was a huge pick for us against the Pats. Did just got destroyed. There was three games that this file just totally went the opposite way and got totally wrong. Miami game, Tampa Bay game, and the Jets game. We had all three of those teams were underdogs according to Vegas. We had them as favorites in the file. They all got destroyed. We're gonna we're gonna kind of assess that a lot of that's due to the fact that we only have three games of stats in here. The Patriots are better than you think. Miami's not as good against the Patriots as you would think. Only three games in. They had a lighter schedule to begin. Probably similar situation with Tampa Bay and the Jets. So hopefully that cleans itself up. Tough game to lose the Philadelphia game. Tough game to lose the Browns game. We did get the Bengals game. We got the Chargers game. We got the Ravens game. Um, what else did we win in here? That was Seattle was obvious. The Saints was obvious. So it's 3-2 in the top five, but our percentages just don't mean all that much yet. You can see we're eight and I think we're 8-6 right now. Actually, you got to pull that Kansas City game out because that's not played yet. So I think we were 8-6. Let's take a look at this so far this year, just in this year. And I want to talk about by team because this starts to become a value. I've noticed the value in this for baseball, and there's certainly value in football as well. So what we're looking at is we're looking at when we have the file predict win strength that this team is going to win. How have we been doing with it? And a higher percentage over here is going to be doing better. We've been doing well with Baltimore. We've been doing well with the Rams, Bengals as well. Eagles, tough loss. Stay away from the Jets. We love the Chiefs, which is this no is wrong. This game has not happened yet, so uh, don't count that yet. The Chiefs are actually 2-0 with us. 1-2 Seattle, 2-1 with the Chargers. Green Bay's fairly reliable. Jacksonville, Carolina. Something we're going to pay attention to. Teams you don't want to play, although Denver did have their one win for us, I guess, at the beginning of the year. We'll get more reliable here. There's a lot to do. So this is baseball. This is football for the day. I'm on to hockey because the season starts Wednesday. That's why it's going to be a busy month. Get ready for Spraps. Get ready for winning because that's what we do. Submit your picks, be winning.